Well, hello there, and welcome to another edition of Johnny Davis Live. We're here on this February 6th, 2026, with some special guests here today. These guys are getting ready to do battle on March the 14th in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, a part of our IKF Spring Classic Superfights. That's going to be happening at the Landmark Resort, guys. Hey, look, I don't even need to say a whole lot. These guys are going to do most of the talking today, but you should get your tickets. You should get your tickets. This is going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a war. Both of these guys are trying to prove themselves. They want to go to the top. They want to go to the next level. They want to show mom and daddies and pop that, hey, I am somebody, if you will, in the fight sports. And we're trying to give them that opportunity to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to please welcome to our show today as I bring them up, Mr. Jackson Whitley and Mr. Dylan Cassidy. They're going to be doing their thing again on March the 14th. Should be a lot of fun. First of all, I just want to remind everybody about our ICAF Spring Classic that's coming up. Registration is going on right now. And as I say that, I'm seeing people registering for the Spring Classic. In fact, I'm expecting it to be a big weekend of registrations as, we have several fighters there, some there with single brackets. Some there, waiting on opponents. Now they're starting to merge themselves together a little bit. So it's going to be a great, great event. We already have about 8 super fights that night on March the 14th. There is no way in the world you should not be in Myrtle Beach that weekend. It's going to be a super exciting time. Let me explain a little bit about what that day looks like too. Is that we have the semi-contact PKB and PBSC point boxing is going to be going on that morning in one ballroom, another ballroom. We start with the super fights. These are fighters from across the country. It's going to be fighting for belts, right? We're fighting for the East Coast titles, right? And then that night we're going to come back and we're going to have our super fights. That's where all these guys like Whitley and Cassidy are going to be battling, and along with 7 other, super fights, 5-round fights. I mean, each one of these are 5-round fights. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great night. Lights, food, DJ music. If anybody have ever been to the East Coast Classic, they know we don't mess around. It's a good show and a lot of fun, guys. All right, so listen, we're excited about it. We're ready to go. But first, since he was on first, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my guest here. He is already all the way, I should say, out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Please give it up for Dylan Cassidy.
What's going on? You guys can hear me okay?
Yes, you're good. How you doing, man?
All right. What's up, Mr. Superfoot? How are you?
So he's got to go all the way back to my nickname. He's already been looking at some videos or something back in the day. What you know about my name, man?
Oh, I know you, Johnny. I fought in Fort Wayne for the tournament. I won that tournament. So I was there for the weigh-ins when you gave us the speech about IKF after everybody weighed in. You gave us the spiel on the Superfoot prodigy. So I'm well aware of you and what you do, and you do great things for the IKF and for kickboxing and Muay Thai in general. So I'm happy to be here.
Oh man, thank you. A guy after my heart, right? He comes in with compliments and everything, for real, for real. Hey, you spoke about the fact that Indiana, in that event, that was our first event there in Indiana. I call it out in the Midwest. By the way, the coldest place I've ever been.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you. It was amazingly cold that weekend, but we had a great turnout. What did you think about that event?
It was a good event, man. It was run well. I had some teammates that were new to competing, do the point kickboxing during the day, and then that was my second and third fight that night. That was over a year ago at this point, but or about a year ago. So it was a good event. It was run well. I thought it was great, and it was a good venue, and it turned out great. So I was happy to win that. Happy to be there. I had some good opponents, and
Right. Did you
got my
fight
first.
twice?
I did, yeah. So I won the first one decision, and then I TKO'd the second guy with a knee in the third round.
Oh wow. Hey man, you got a little bite in you there, huh?
Yeah. It was a good experience for me. I mean, fighting twice was something that I never even thought really I would do in a night, but it was good. It was good experience, good cardio. So it was really good for just building experience for me for sure.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about Dylan, and I want to kind of get to the point of how you got into this fight game and all. I see a little edge on you. I mean, this is the way I am. This is just the way I am. I just
All
hey,
right,
Johnny Davis Live, real talk with real solutions. I call it the way I see it, right?
that's right.
As I look at you, and I know your opponent, right? With Dylan wears those braids. I call them those warrior braids. So I mean, he's a tough customer. But as I'm meeting you, officially for the first time, I'm feeling an edge on you. So let's go back a little bit. And I see your eyebrows. Listen, I'm calling everything. I'm calling it all, Dylan.
Oh,
Listen,
hey.
I'm seeing your eyebrows. You got them shaped. Talk to me, man. As a teenager, who was Dylan? Who was Dylan Cassidy?
As a teenager, Dylan Cassidy was he was a strange one. I feel like most fighters, they don't come from very normal backgrounds. I was in a lot of strange sports as a kid. I liked to skateboard a lot, so I got injured a lot, breaking arms, cracking my head open and stuff as a kid. I just liked to do dangerous things, get myself in situations I probably shouldn't have been in, and then fighting kind of cleared that out for me. As I became older, I just kind of needed some discipline. I needed some direction. Then I joined the gym originally just because I wanted to learn how to strike, become a striker. And then I found Muay Thai and fell in love with it. I didn't ever plan on
Right.
competing. And then I just kind of fell in love with it. I got good really quick. And my coach was like, "Hey, I think you can be good at this. Would you like to take your first fight?" And I was like, "Yep, I'll take my first fight."
But hold
And
on one second. You talked about you like to do wild things. That tells me something else about that edge, right? There was something else about Dylan. And you got, like I said, real talk here, right? There was something else about you that wanted you to do wild things. What was about your upbringing that made you a little bit rough around the edges? Was it the environment? Was it your neighborhood? Was it your family? I mean, what was it that gave you that edge?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a pretty normal household. Both my parents were, great.
Which probably made you rebellious as heck.
Yeah, I was a little rebellious for sure. I got a little brother, man. He's my best friend. I try to do this for him and inspire people. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Ever since I was growing up, I just kind of wanted to go to those like scary places that everybody else ran from, and I just wanted to do that at the highest volume. So like originally, like I wanted to join the military. I wanted to go fight and go to combat.
Mm.
Just because I don't know, it's just something about that experiencing that fear and overcoming that, and just the focus that you feel when you're in that mindset, whether it's fighting or any kind of like dangerous situation. Like you just feel so, at least I do, I feel so good to be in that mode, to feel that focus, to
You
feel that
like to challenge yourself.
I like to challenge myself. I like to challenge myself, and I think that that's part of the meaning of life, is to take challenges, do things you're scared to do, and overcome that.
Was there people who doubted you in the past that you had to kind of prove yourself in the past? Were you small? Were you like not confident or
Yeah,
something like that? There seems like there's something else. I don't want to. I don't like to run over things. There's something else there that gave you this sound like, well, you know what? Hey, if you think I can't do it, I'm going to prove to you that I can. Where
yeah.
did
I
that come from?
you're right on the spot. So like yeah, so growing up, I wasn't a big kid. I was a smaller kid, really skinny, didn't have too many friends, wasn't really like popular in school or anything. And then I started playing sports. I played lacrosse a little bit and basketball in high school. And I didn't play with any confidence. I was just kind of scared to have the ball, was afraid, didn't think I could do good for myself, would always get the ball and throw it away, things like that. And then finally, right about my junior or senior year, I started to get good, play with confidence. For the first time in my life, I experienced like what it was like to actually do something that you were, like play with confidence and like get it done
Mm.
and like take a challenge and actually like feel good about, making a play or scoring a point or getting a bucket in basketball or something like that. And then like I was being an idiot in school. Like I said, I was just doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing, and I lost my privilege to play because I failed a class, and that just put a chip on. It did. It put a chip on my shoulder. It was like, okay, like the moment I got good at something, the moment I already actually started doing what I wanted to do, it got taken away from me. So yeah, and that's kind of how, I guess you're right. Yeah, it did kind of put a chip on my shoulder. It's funny you see that for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Well, yeah. Well, normally most of us are motivated by something like that. I was kicked off the baseball team, off
Yeah,
a baseball team, for just kind of picking at the coach for kind of being intoxicated, and I just thought that was crazy, and he got mad with me, kicked me off the team. And I remember for a long time, I was running by that ballpark, that field, watching those guys play, but I had this thing in my mind. I will show you. I
yep,
will show you, and I'm
yep,
showing you. So, what ultimately you were playing like team sports? Sounds like in school. What is it
yeah.
about fighting though? Because it's not. It is a team, but when you step in that ring, it's you, right?
No,
What is
yeah.
that? What is it about that attracted you to fighting?
I mean, we could. I mean, how much time you got?
Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, one thing
It is
about
my
fighting.
wife's birthday weekend, so maybe not as much time.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, I mean, we'll go over just my top three for sure. So the one thing that is to me beautiful about fighting is it's just so natural, right? I mean, I'm sure that a lot of fighters they've been in street fights. You know, I used to get in fights at outside of school as a kid and fight with my brother all the time. So it just came natural to me.
Right.
But what I really love about it is like you said, team sports. Like when you get in the ring or a cage with somebody, like you don't
Yeah.
have the chance to not play with confidence. Like you
Right.
have to fight. Like you get punched in the face, like they're trying to hurt you. Like
Hmm.
now you don't have a choice. Like you have to be the best. Like there's no like beating around the bush. There's no like, oh, I can just be mediocre and be all right. Like you are forced to try to be the best or you're gonna get hurt. It's just that.
100.
And then like I said, like I just love being in that mode, feeling that focus, like when I'm in the ring and I see my opponent in front of me, and it's not like this is I feel like, a lot of fighters might relate to this. I'm not going in there really to fight my opponent. He's really just kind of in the way. Like it's me versus me in there.
Okay.
He just happens to be in the way. That's really how I feel about it. It's me versus me and he's just there.
Right, right. Give a shout out to your club, your gym, and everything about your trainer and what kind of relationship you guys have.
Yeah, so I'm trained on a limitless Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and Muay Thai in Cincinnati, Ohio. So we are a great Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, and Jiu Jitsu gym. We also do MMA. So I cross train everything. I train striking primarily. That's what I do pretty much all day, every day. But I do take Jiu Jitsu and wrestling as well because I believe it kind of helps me with my toughness and just like my
Right.
boxing and things like that. My head coach Robbie, he's just great. We've been around for I think 13 years now. We're like one of the best gyms in the city. We have guys come in from Kill Cliff down in Florida to train. We have professional UFC fighters come in and give seminars and talk about how to get better and improve.
Right.
And I just have great opportunities, great teammates. A lot of the guys, and I've only been doing this for almost 2.5 years, going into 3 years now. I've only been competing for about a year and a half, and like
Okay.
I pretty much everybody I spar, everybody I train with's got triple the amount of fights I have, or
Right.
they're professional. Like most of the people I spar are 10 times more experienced than me. Most of the people I train with are 10 times more experienced than me. So I just get a
You
lot
think
of
that's
good.
making you better?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there comes a certain time where like you need to, you can't be hammering all the time. Like iron sharpens iron to a certain extent. I mean, it ends up breaking you down. So you got to be careful about who you're training with. You got to be selective about who you're training with.
Exactly right.
But yeah, I mean that's
You
part of
got,
the
in other words, you got to come out of that gym feeling that I got the better, I got the better part today.
right, exactly. And then for the first year and a half, I mean, you're going to get hammered. You're going to be the nail. I mean, if you can't accept the fact that you're going to get beat up every day when you first start training and fighting, like you're probably in the wrong sport. Like that's part of the game. You're going to get smashed. You're going to get beat up, and you're going to go home tired and sad and be like, is this for me? Is this for me? Like, and then you overcome that. You become better. You start getting better. You start to see improvements. You start to become more fluid. Things start opening up. You're more in tune with your body and you kind of see things, and that's kind of just the beautiful thing about it. I think it's just improvement, and that's what martial arts is really all about, right? I mean, just
Wow.
best.
You have a pretty intelligent approach about this thing. I think you might be a problem child for Mr. Jackson. How about that? He's sitting there looking at. He was like, "Oh, wait a minute.
He's good. No, Jack's good, man.
I got to bring my A game with this guy."
I'm really excited to fight him. He's a good opponent. We're roughly the same size. I think he might be an inch taller. I've seen his fights. He can fight. He can fight. I love fights like
Very
that.
good fighter.
I didn't get into this game to fight people who are bad at fighting. I want to fight the best. I want to fight people who are dangerous. I want to try to prove myself, prove my worth, challenge myself. Jackson's got good pocket boxing. He's got a good right hand. He's got good kicks. He's got good knees. He's well rounded. So I think
Oh, sound like you done analyzed. You done broke this guy down in pieces.
yeah, he's got a lot of fights on YouTube. Only a couple of mine, I think, are on YouTube, so I don't know if he's seen any. But yeah, it'll be a good fight for me. I mean, my coach when he saw this, he was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be a good fight." I mean, this isn't somebody to take lightly. So all respect to Jackson, he's a killer. So I'm
Is
excited
this
to fight.
is this your first certified title? I know you
This
had
is
the
my,
tournament
my
title.
this is
Your
my first
first
certified
certified
title.
title. How
Yep.
does that make you feel? Does it feel any different to
Yeah.
fight for a certified than maybe a tournament title?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely feels different. I'm training harder. I'm eating cleaner. Doing all the things that you need to do. It's just, like I said, I got into this game to fight the best, and so this is the first step of that. The ICAF is, in my opinion, like the NFL of amateur kickboxing and Muay
Thank
Thai.
you.
There really is no better promotion nationally and internationally for amateur kickboxers, at least, and Muay
Oh,
Thai
wait a minute.
fighters.
Hold on. Hey, come over here. Come over here. Bring this guy. Bring some money over here. Let's give this guy a tip here. I mean, this guy. Hey, Jackson. He's milking this man. He's trying to win favor. No, I appreciate it, man. No, I know. Hey, look, what you said, I agree with. I think that we work really hard to try to push the amateurs out there. Look, we're in Vegas this summer. You know, I don't care if World Classic. I mean, who else is doing that? You know, we're
Yeah,
putting the chips on the table to try to make something really special for fighters. So I really do appreciate you recognizing that we are trying to do something better
yeah.
and different and all that with the pay-per-view and all of that. Before I'm gonna say something here, but I want you to stick around. I don't want you to leave. I'm just gonna put you down in the lobby in just a little bit. And why is it important to have people either check out this fight on pay-per-view? I think most of your people probably will, and or even come down and check out the fight. Why is that important for you to know that you have that support?
So, I mean, there's a few different reasons for that. Number one, like if you're trying to become a professional fighter, you need to have publicity. I mean, if you being elite level fighter is only going to take you so far. You need to have a fan base, so to speak, or like you need to have a following. People need to know about your fights. I know a lot of
Sure.
fighters. They kind of just like they go take fights, but they don't post about them. They don't post the stream links. They don't
Exactly.
advertise or market. So like that's a big thing. And having supporters always means the world to me, at least. I mean, like I said, I mean, growing up, not playing with confidence and stuff. Nobody really ever came to watch me play sports. Maybe my dad, right? So like now I've got tons of friends and people that I don't even know that want to watch me fight, and that's just a great feeling. And then so I think it's good to do that. Make sure that everybody's watching, build publicity for other amateur kickboxers and Muay Thai fighters as well. Like the more you promote, the bigger that the promotion and that the sport, so to speak, is going to get. So I think it's really important for amateur fighters to really promote themselves to the best of their ability,
When
for
you
sure.
when you talk about you striving for your goals and your dreams, and ultimately you can tell me what your ultimate goals are. What is your message to other fighters who might be out there working hard, dreaming and hoping to get certain opportunities? What would be your message to them about perhaps not giving up?
It's hard. It's not supposed to be easy. If you're into this because you just want to, there's like a more simple reason for you. Maybe you want to look cool, or you just want to like, try to be famous. Like this isn't the sport for you, bro. Like it can be rough. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get elbowed. You're gonna get kneed. You're gonna get kicked. Like you have to have a deeper reason for fighting. You need to have like that wannabe self improvement, the best. You need to have a little bit of like an edge in you. Maybe you need that. Yeah, you have a little fire and you need to let out, like things like that. You need to love the grind. You need to love to compete, but you need to love being in the gym every single day, blood, sweat, and tears. That's the most important thing. If you're not like waking up 90% of the time like I want to go train today, you probably shouldn't be doing this.
Very good, very good, man. I like that, Dylan. I tell you what, I like your aptitude. I like your thought process and everything. If you are training as hard as you are thinking, I think we're gonna have a great fight. We have like 8 super fights that night, right? And I'm telling you, I'm trying to figure out how to even put people, because you guys, the fights are just going to be phenomenal that night. But I'm so thankful for you being on the show today. I want you to hang tight a little bit in the lobby, and I'm going to bring up and chat a little bit with Jackson and all of them. We're going to bring you guys up together and have our final conversation. Is that okay with you?
That's right with me. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and the only Dylan Cassidy. All right, thanks so much, sir. All right, guys, as you can see that this guy, Dylan, is sharp. He's ready to go. He understands the assignment. He already knows that his opponent, right, is no joke, that he's serious. That this guy, who also lost, by the way, his last fight, but I think like a split decision, it was really close. Great fight. He's still chomping at the bits about that, I'm pretty sure. He's probably mad. He's probably been eating rawhide, about that last fight. But, now he has an opportunity to redeem himself a little bit. So he's going to go in there and he's going to be trying to take that out on Cassidy. You can hurry up and believe that, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the one and the only Jackson Whitley.
Thank you for having me, Johnny. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. How's it going today?
Going great, going great. I'm excited for the opportunity to fight for the title for sure, especially at home.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Now listen, now I'll be honest with you. I mean, I don't know people, and this is my first time actually talking to you. I think on the show. I think I'm not really sure.
Yes, sir.
You know, but my impressions about people, they come off. Dylan sounds like he ain't no joke, guy.
No. Definitely well spoken. Definitely has a good head on his shoulders for sure.
Yeah, does that make you? I mean, not that you're gonna be out there fighting like duh kind of guy, but when somebody brings an intelligent approach like that, which probably tells you they're gonna bring probably an intelligent approach to the ring, to the fighting, that ring IQ we talk about, right? Does that give you a little bit of pause, or maybe make you sit back a moment and say, maybe let me go back and reassess a little bit?
Nah, I love it, honestly. I'm here to fight the best, just like he said. I've done nothing but fight the best since I started this, so I'm excited to have a tough opponent in front of me who knows why he's here and knows why he's doing this.
Right, right. I think that's important. Well, us talk about the elephant in the room, because the elephant in the room to me is about those braids that you wear.
Oh, love
And
the
again,
braids.
listen. Okay, all right. Let's just call it what it is. Okay, I'm African American. All right, braids have been something in my culture for 150,000 years. Right, and in
Yes,
fact,
sir.
guys, hey, newsflash. I actually used to braid my brother's hair. Right?
Maybe you
That's
can braid mine.
I know that sounds crazy. People like, what? This guy's like, no, I literally used to braid I braid my daughter's hair a few times. And actually, there's a picture somewhere of me actually doing it. It's kind of crazy.
Takes a
So
lot of skill. It's not easy.
it's not easy. It's not, especially the cornrows. It's not just braiding. I'm talking about, I did cornrows, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
rows. And it's not easy. So when I see them, I think about a couple things, that there seems to be a message in the hair. Number one, because why not just wear it loose, right? What is it? And let me just say this: back in ancient history, in African culture, they wore their braids and dreadlocks where they were actually growing really thick, that it became like a helmet almost, right? And that, so it was hard to, they could take, more punishment, if you will, or whatever. So there was a warrior concept about those braids that I often like to refer to. So I want to know, in your mind, though, why do you wear them?
Honestly, I think they look really cool. I think they make me
That's the
look.
bottom line. That's the bottom line.
They look sick. I think they also make me look slightly more intimidating than if I were my normal hair. You know what I'm saying? So I love the braids. I think probably like my fourth or fifth fight, I started doing the braids, and I've been doing the braids since. And I probably will keep doing them for a while too.
Right. So, let's dive into that for a moment. Listen, Johnny Davis Live, real talk.
Yes,
So
sir.
braids somehow make you look intimidating.
I
Do
think
you think
so.
that's a cultural thing in the country, that brothers walking around with braided hair? That a lot of people are afraid. They're all a little afraid of it. Is that maybe?
Maybe a little bit. I think just like when I get into the ring, I feel like I look like I mean business when I got my hair braided, you know?
Okay. I'm gonna go a little bit farther. Again, I keep diving, man. I keep diving. I'm looking at your swagger. Where were you raised?
So actually funny, so I was actually born in Columbus, Ohio. So I know Dylan's from Cincinnati,
Oh, get
but
out of it.
I'm originally from Columbus. I lived there till I was about 7 years old. Then I moved to Myrtle Beach. So I represent Myrtle Beach. I grew up here, been here for a while now, but I am an Ohio boy.
You're Ohio boy, Ohio boy.
Yes,
Cool. So I
sir.
get a little bit of swagger. I just get a little bit of swagger in you and stuff like that. Again, and again, I'm talking culturally. In the fight world, especially in boxing, you go to the gym. There's a lot of brothers in there, banging. Right? They have a totally
Absolutely.
different. It is what it is. I call it what it is. I know that they're in that bang. It's like, why do you think Rocky went back to when he was fighting Mr. T? Why they took it back to the hood? So that's just real. If fighting is fighting, that's just a real thing about it. Tell me a little bit about your experience as a teenager, as I mentioned to
Yeah.
Mr. Cassidy a little earlier. Your experience as a teenager, and what have you learned that you would tell that teenager today about life?
Yeah. So as a teenager, I mean, I really didn't like school, didn't do too well in school. Like I knew I wasn't going to college after high school. I got into some trouble in high
Well, hold
school.
on. Why is there a theme here? There seems to be a theme here that like, Dylan kind of said something similar, right?
Yeah, I got into a bunch of trouble in high school, did a bunch of stuff, but I learned from it. And then whenever I got into fighting, it really kept me focused all the time. I have that goal that I'm chasing all the time. I'm always fighting, so I always have something to focus on and look forward to. And I think that helps a lot.
You so in your training, I know you train with Jeremiah Scott, right?
Yes, sir.
Who
That's
is
my coach.
absolutely a character, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, he's a professional fighter, but he's one of those Conor McGregor's of kickboxing and MMA and bare knuckle and whatever you want to do it. You know, he's a live dude. What
Yes,
about
sir.
him attracted you to that type of not that you're completely like that, but you know what I mean.
Yo, absolutely, absolutely. So, Jeremiah, yeah, I love him. He's my coach. He's taught me everything I know. Um, but yeah, it's cool to have a coach who is actively fighting too, because I can trust a person who I know is doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. Like
Right.
I've fought on shows with Jeremiah before. Like we've done it together. So I trust Jeremiah a lot. I know he knows fighting so well. He's been doing it since he was 18. He's got like over 40 fights.
Yeah.
So he lives for fighting, and I've kind of picked that up from him, you know? So
Right.
I've been
Right.
fighting all the time.
Let's talk about your life. You just got back from Thailand.
Yes, sir. I just
Tell me a
got
little
back
bit
to
about that experience.
Oh my gosh, it was a life-changing experience for
Mm.
sure. I got to train at Bang Tao Muay Thai and MMA, which is the best gym in Thailand. So I went into there being able to train with some of the best Muay Thai fighters in the world. It was intimidating, humbling, because you go from being one of the better guys at your gym, and then you go in there and you're like all the way at the bottom. You're like, what's going on? You're getting
Right.
beat up every session, but
Right.
I learned so much in Thailand. It completely
What do
changed
you
my
think
life.
your biggest lesson was there?
Oh man, biggest lesson in Thailand? That's a good question. Um, I think what I learned most there, well, I really was able, we did a lot of clinch, we did a lot of kicks. In my fights before, I kind of favored my boxing a lot. So kicking and clinching is something that I really needed to work on. So going to Thailand was perfect for that because, like, I threw more head kicks than I've ever thrown in my life, did more clinch rounds than I've ever done in my life, and I learned a lot there. I learned a lot there.
Well, your last fight was crazy.
Yes,
That was
sir.
one of the best fights I've seen in a long time. Let's just call it, give it up to Devon Washington. The
He's
guy
a
is
dog.
man. You were in there, and I was like sitting there, right, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, whoa, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think they got it right. I know somebody was a little bit upset with me. I think they got it right at the end of the day.
Yeah,
But
they're gonna be
it was
biased.
really that close. I can see how people would be upset. I know the fight game. I know the kind of
Yeah,
little innards of it and everything. But what are your thoughts at the end of the day? How did that fight motivate and inspire you? Because there's a saying: you learn more from losing than you do winning.
absolutely.
What did you learn in that last fight?
I learned so much in that fight. That was a dog fight for 5 rounds. And I think you said it best. Like you learn way more from the losses than you do from the wins.
Right.
And that fight, I had to push myself to a place that I don't know if I've been in that place
I
before. You
call
know
that
what I'm
deep
saying?
water. I call that
Deep
deep water.
water. Yes,
Right.
sir. I was in deep waters in that fight. And I think it just made me stronger as a fighter, but it really made me stronger up here, which everyone talks about the mental game in this. Like, that's super important. And I think now going into this fight, I'm more confident than I've ever been just from getting these experiences, fighting a dude like Devon, who is really tough, really skilled, undefeated. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I was getting myself into.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
knew.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was hot. That was hot. Now, I'm gonna ask you just a straight question, like the
Yes,
way
sir.
we did, like the way we would do in the hood. Are you man?
Nah,
Hey,
nah.
do you plan to take this out on? Do you plan to take this out on Dylan?
I mean, yeah. I plan to take it out on Dylan for sure, for sure. I got to. That's the mindset that I have. I'm coming to win. I want to win this title more than anything, and
Right.
I'm super confident in my skill set. And I think I'm gonna go out there and do just that. I think I'm gonna win this title and win it at home in front of all my people.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. Well, I will tell you when I remember when I had a close fight and I lost. It was like at that point I said, everybody I get in the ring, I'm trying to knock them out. I'm trying to
Yep.
knock them out. And I didn't knock out everybody, but the next 3 or 4 guys I did. I mean, I was knocked first round, so it didn't matter. I was getting them out of there, and
It lights a
that let me
fire under
know.
you.
Oh yeah, put a fire on them. It motivates me. Losing when you lose a fight, especially a close one like that, it
Yeah.
puts a fire in you. So let's hope that Dylan's timing is right. Dylan probably not thinking, well, don't be mad at me, man. He's, Dylan's still maybe saying a little prayer, maybe like maybe that night he might not be quite as mad with me. I'll go and talk it up with him anyway. But fighting is for real, and fighting is something that makes you can make you a better person if you use it because of all the training, the discipline, the hard work that you put in, and that is
Absolutely.
the thing. Do you think your training is harder than your fight, or your fight is harder than the training?
I would probably say the training leading up to the fight. My coaches put me through hell. They put me through hell to get ready for these fights, just so that when I get in there, I'm ready for everything. I've seen it all in the training camp. I've
Right.
been through the Shark Tanks. I've been through all the hard training that I need to prepare myself for that night. And usually when I get out of the ring, I'm like, man, that might have been a little bit easier than some of those nights at the gym with Jeremiah when he's walking me down.
That's the way it's supposed to be. So just that's
Absolutely.
kind of a test question, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
no, that is the way it's supposed to be. I trained like a maniac. I was crazy. I was just putting the time in, working hard. I tell people sometimes often about my mentality that sometimes I would train so hard in the gym that I would sit down and literally cry afterwards. This is real talk, right? Real talk. And I
Yes,
would just
sir.
cry because all I could see was my body hurting and all this, and I could see that title, I could see that fight, and I can see how bad I wanted it. What is it though at the end of the day do you want out of this sport and out of this time frame that you have, Jackson?
Honestly, I just want to fight as much as possible. I want to fight the best guys in the world. Like, I want to go pro. I want to take it as far as I can take it. I feel like this is truly my passion and my purpose in life. I got out of high school and I had no purpose. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And then I walked into the Next Element Academy and it changed my life forever. Changed my life forever. And now I have a purpose. Now I know exactly what I want to do. I have a goal and I'm going to achieve that goal. I
Right.
truly believe that.
But what is achieving the goal for you though? Is achieving the goal winning a world title? Is it money? Is it fame? What is winning for you at the end of the day?
Yeah. I would say probably winning a world title for sure. That motivates me a lot. I want to be a world champion. I think that's something that would be huge for me and huge for my family, and it will just set me up for more opportunities. I mean, like fighting, it really sets you up for opportunities. I've met so many different people from doing this, and just gotten so many cool opportunities from doing this. It set me up and I'm just doing things that I never thought I would be doing 2 years ago.
Right. So, but the real talk then, let's just say, for example, if you fall a little bit short and everything on the ultimate goals, a lot of people do. Many people, most people don't ever obtain world titles, right?
Yeah,
And stuff like that, or even get close and stuff. What would that mean for you, though? Does that mean that you can't take the tools that you've learned, the discipline, the hard work, and apply that in other? And you probably should be doing that now. I would say
yeah, yeah,
applying
yeah.
that in other aspects of your life because this thing is it's a small window, right? And I just want to
Absolutely.
say this. I like to say this to young people, right? About it's not the end all, right? I was fortunate to start at 15 years old, my first fight. My last fight was 25 years old, right? I mean, that was right
Really?
when, yeah, that was my last fight. I was 25, but in that time, I've won 7 titles, right, including
Wow.
2 world titles. At the end of it, though, what I had to figure out, and this is what I like to tell young people, I want you to go and get it hard right now. because guys like me and our organization like IKF, we're working hard to try to make it better for you guys. Will we be there by the time you're ready? I don't know. Will we be able to pay people $1 million purses? One championship where I had a gentleman on yesterday.
I
They're
saw
not
that.
right. They're not even paying that kind of money yet. Right.
Exactly.
So as an organization, as a sport, my job and some of the other people out there is to keep trying to raise it up and build it up so to be ready for guys like you. I just want to say though, if it's not where you can make a living, you always keep it in your mind that you are still, look what you've done, look what you've accomplished. You know, you are somebody, you know, you have worth, you know what I'm saying? You mean something, and you can go into other aspects of your life and take those tools and be somebody, if you will, and be something great for yourself and your family.
Exactly. Yeah, you
Uh,
couldn't have said it better.
Well, I just want to be clear about that because when I finished fighting, I did not have what I thought I would have. I was looking at Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvelous Marvel and Hagel and some of those other champions making millions of dollars, and I thought it would be there for me when I got to my end goal. Like, but that end goal really for me was to become a world champion. I said, I want to be a world, once a champ, always a champ. I want to be that world
Sure.
champion. So I worked my butt off to get there. When I got there, I did find out that the money wasn't quite there, right? There were people in positions like myself today who were actually making mistakes, if I will. They're fighting, backbiting, and all that, and they ended up killing some deals that we were hoping that was going to be there for us when we got there, that could give us those hundreds and $1 million purses, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't there. So this is why I wanted to say this, because this is why I work so hard and I'm so serious about it. I'm so diligent about it. Here I am this weekend on my wife's birthday, probably getting in the doghouse, and I'm sitting here talking to you guys on the show. So
I
I got to really make
appreciate
this
you.
up in the next few hours, right?
Yep.
But I'm just saying though, I just want you to just make sure, and I'm saying this also to Dylan, to be sure, right, that you get what you can get in that window. But while you're there, keep building something else, so that when you get there and you give it everything you got, and when you know, okay, I've done it, it is what it is, didn't give me everything I want, whether you decide to go in and be a trainer or you decide to take on maybe some roles like what I do, the different kinds of things. And I just
Absolutely.
basically, if you want to say I ever made any money in this sport, I had to do it after I stopped fighting, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It was the way it is. So I just want to say that to young people out there. We are trying to build it, but there is a lot of equity, a ton of equity in winning titles right now. There's a lot of equity because I promise you they will sit up on your mantle in your house. And every day you walk by them is motivation that yes, I can. I've already done it. I've already proven it, and I can do it again in whatever aspect that I'm doing it in. Okay. So I
Yes,
just
sir.
wanted to say that. And now, before I bring up Mr. Cassidy, give me your last words, your final words. Why is it important for you, not your final words for the whole show, but final words for right now, of how important it is for people to come out and support you, which I certainly know that they do, but maybe even more this time.
Yeah, yeah, it's super important. Super important. I love fighting in front of my people. I always have a good crowd. Most of the time, I am traveling and fighting the hometown guy.
Right.
But whenever I'm fighting here, everybody shows up. They show up for me, and it means a lot to me to have them around when I'm fighting. So yeah, it's very important. Very
Right.
important.
Well, I'm
Sorry, I kind of forgot the question.
looking forward to having you. Looking forward to having your dad maybe fussing me out again or whoever that was, whatever it was, and stuff like that. But hey, good luck in your fight and everything. But without any further ado, I want to go ahead and bring up your challenger, Mr. Dylan Cassidy. There, put you guys side to side. Y'all can look each other. Hey guys, okay. Hey, so Dylan, turn to your left. All right, stay there. Turn to your right, Jackson. You guys are now doing a stare down. Do a stare. A virtual stare down right there.
That's
That's
right.
cool.
That's
All
right.
right, good job, good job. Well, Dylan, you just heard Jackson said that he was bringing his mama, his papa, his cousins, his brothers, his uncles, and all of that out. Now, hold on now. That could be psychological. That could be psychological. You're way over there in Ohio. Probably you and your trainer, maybe some people on pay-per-view. We hope so, right? They'll be watching and all, but you can't hear them. You can't hear them cheering. You can't hear them calling your name. He is going to be hearing them call his name, Jackson, Jackson, Jackson. And you're sitting out there like, oh my God, I got to go out there and all of that. How does that make you feel? Does that energize you or does it make you a little nervous?
Nah, man, doesn't make me certain nervous. It's just noise. I mean, that's the name of the game. I mean, we're going in there to try to hurt each other. He thinks he's going to win. I think I'm going to win. And, you know, if I was the hometown guy, I would have my crowd there and he would be in my position. So it's just the way it is. I'm not worried about it. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I think that's great.
Jackson, you're sitting here now. You're looking at this young man right here now, quote unquote, face to face, virtually, and everything. What? Tell me what you see.
I see a guy who I know is taking this serious. I know that he wants it. So I think I see a serious challenger in front of me, but I'm used to it. I'm used to it. That's nothing new to me. I've fought nothing but tough dudes, so I'm ready to go. That's for sure.
But what do you think about Dylan? The fact that he just came from Thailand. This is going to be a modified Muay Thai rule fight. Do you think that gives him somewhat of an advantage or an edge, the fact that he's come, or do you think that it might, because they do look at things a little differently in Thailand.
Yeah,
They
for
train a
sure.
little bit differently in Thailand. We judge it differently here than they do in Thailand, even though he wasn't ideally fighting.
Right.
He was just kind of training. But they do have I'll just say this, they have a rhythm. I'll break it.
Yeah.
I'll break it down. In Thailand, they have a bit of a rhythm in how they train. I see it all the time. Oi, oi, oi. It's kind of like oi, it's kind of a rhythm. And I talk about that. That when they fight somebody who's a little bit more diverse, a little bit more different, could throw you off. Do you think Jackson might have gone over there and perhaps gotten into a certain rhythm that might be a disadvantage for him? What are your thoughts about him training in Thailand?
Well, first and foremost, I'm jealous. I want to go to Thailand. That's the dream, man. I plan on living over there for at least a few months here in the
Oh
next couple
wow,
of years.
wow,
So,
for real.
but yeah, no, I mean, I think that it's great that he went over there. I mean, that just means it's a more challenging opponent to me, at least, and that's what I came in here to do. He said he's been working on his clinch and his kicks, and that's been my go-to is trying to get in the clinch. So I'm excited to see if we can get a good clinch going. Like I said, I mean, he's got good boxing. I got good boxing. I think this is going to be a great fight. Well, we're
It
both
will,
well-rounded.
for sure.
Like I said, we're both coming in there with one goal, one mission, and we're here to find out who the better man is that night. So yeah, but no, it doesn't worry, but it doesn't worry me about the Thailand stuff. You know, I train with guys all over that have been to Thailand. My
Right.
coach, my coach's coach was a Rajmadan champion. I mean, it's just the way we train. So nothing new.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, now final words though, Jackson. At the end of the day, at the end of the night, after all the weeks and months of training, fans out, the fight is over and said and done, and the announcer is saying, "And the new," and your name follows. How would that make you feel?
Man, that would make me feel amazing. That's the goal that I've been working towards for the last few years now is just getting a title and yeah, it'll mean so much to me. It means the world to me. This is the only focus I have in my life right now. Like this is all I do. This is my full-time job is fighting.
Oh
Like
wow, wow, for
yeah,
real, for real. Dylan, same question to you. And the new, your name follows. How's that
Oh, I
going to
mean,
make you feel?
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Like he said. I mean, this is my full time job. I quit my sales job to pursue fighting full time the last month. So this
perfect.
is what we do, man. We're here to fight. We're here to squabble and scrap. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sure he's got the same mentality. I just come in there to get in a fight, dude. We come in there to get titles. We come in there to fight. We come in there to prove ourselves. So look, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm aiming for that championship. I want that belt. I'm excited to hear my name and my hand raised. So that's the way. That's what I'm looking for.
Nice. You know the thing that I like about at the end of the day, you guys will go out there and beat the crap out of one another, and at the end of the day, you will hug, you will get
Yep.
down, you pray together, you bow.
Yep.
That is the difference between what we do and what I see going on. I hate to say it in other sports, right?
Yep.
They
Yeah.
talk about each other, mama and their daddy, and all that. You have to do all that to show that you really determined that you want to go out there and win. What both of you guys have shown me today, that you're working hard for something, that you want to go to that next level, and one of the others in front of the other, right? And so you're gonna have to get through that in order to keep moving forward. But it's been an absolute pleasure and having both of you guys on today. I'm wishing both of you the best of luck and the best of fight, if you will, on March the 14th in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, at the Landmark Resort. Jackson, would you like to have any final words?
Yeah, just thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate you, Johnny. And I appreciate the opportunity to fight here at home. I'm more than excited. I'm ready to go, and I promise you, it'll probably be the fight of the night. So expect that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Dylan, final words.
Hey, look, Jackson, best of luck. Let's go out there, let's put on a performance, man. Let's make it fight of the night. Let's try to knock each other's heads off. Johnny, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate being here.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard it right there. For these two young men going to be fighting on March the 14th at the Landmark Resort for an IKF certified interstate title. Give it up for Jackson Whitley and Dylan Cassidy.
Cheers,
Thank
man.
you, guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Thank
See ya.
you.
All right, guys. You see, both of those guys are so determined to do their thing coming up on March the 14th. Hope you guys will come out and support them. That's what it's us. Not only supporting them, obviously supports our organization, IKF, AK Promotions, and all the things that we're going to do. It will be on pay-per-view, akplive.com, as you see on the poster there, with all of the other fights that we have going on as well. It is going to be a fantastic weekend of fights. I say weekend. Weigh-ins and all that stuff happens on that Friday, the 13th. And then on that Saturday, it's a full day of semi-contact and full contact action at the Landmark in the Grand Ballroom. Whatever you're doing, whatever's on your mind, guys, right now, start planning. We want to make this one of the biggest spring classics that we've ever had, not only in the certified title fights, but also in the tournament as well. It don't have to be a big, huge tournament turnout. It doesn't. It just needs to be great fights, and that's what I want, because we break it down into two shows. We have one show in the morning from 9 to 5, another show in the evening from 6 until like 11 o'clock or so, right? And all lights, food, cameras, like I said, pay-per-view and all of that. It's like Las Vegas on the Grand Strand. No reason not to be there. I'm hoping you guys will plan to come out and everything and watch what we are trying to do with our sport of Muay Thai and kickboxing. It is a great sport. Indeed, it is. And it's something that I think that a lot of people, if they came out and they saw one, they will be like, holy crap, this is the real deal. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching yet another edition of Johnny Davis Live. I want you to always respect each other. Forward march. This is Johnny Davis Live, and I'm checking out. We'll talk to you real soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. As I'm moving on there, moving on. Bye-bye.